Hello and welcome for more Arena Cube Draft on MTG Arena. We're going to get this started right now. And if you missed our last draft, be sure to check it out because it was pretty fun. And consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you like these videos and want to see more drafts. I definitely plan on doing as many Arena Cube drafts as I can before it leaves this week. And once the Core 2021 drafts are up, I'll be doing those as well. And our table is ready. So let's see what this draft has in store for us today. Alright, we have some nice blue cards. I think I'm just going to take an In Bolus's Clutches. It's just very, very good, just stealing any permanent. And we could get a Rotting Regisaur. It's very big. Sea Dasher, Octopus, and Dungeon Geist I like a lot. So yeah, but we'll take this first. And we're just waiting on some packs here. Alright, and to follow up our Bolas's Clutches, we have a lot of black. These are pretty heavy black though, not something you could really splash. Let's just take an Opt, and we'll see. We'll stay with the blue, and we'll see where that takes us. Alright, so now we have a couple of options. We could go Saheeli and try to go like a non-creature thing. We have some black cards here I like. Vraska's pretty good, but we'll just stick with the blue. And we do have all non-creatures at the moment. Alright. Scorching Dragonfire. Jaya's Immolating Inferno. We have a Connive and Concoct. This is pretty heavy blue-red. We could go into blue-red. I did see some blue-red cards in the first pack, so let's take a Scorching Dragonfire and kind of speculate here. But the Crackling Drake has a good chance of wheeling. You have to be pretty devoted to those colors to take it. And this is non-creature, not just instant or sorcery, which works for things like our Bolus's Clutches. And if we get some of those nice mill cards, we could go into some kind of controlling mill deck, like Patient Rebuilding is exactly what we were talking about. Basically, you just want to stall until you can mill them out. Alright, and we do have a folio of fancies. Starling Development, Workheight Marauder. I guess we'll take the folio. It's really bad against aggressive decks, but if you're against a control deck, it is very nice to have. It can draw you cards and it can mill them for a good amount each turn. So we're hoping to get something like a Jace, the 3 blue mana Jace, Ashiok, things of that nature. Alright, so we don't have creature spells. We could do Flood of Tears. It's pretty expensive, but I feel like we're more likely to be doing that, because this is creatures only. This isn't the right colors. So yeah, we'll just do Flood of Tears. It can return everything to their hand, so... I like this Aliros, but this Entrancing Melody is, I think, where we're going to go. Alright, and the Riel did wheel, which is very nice. We have a lot of instants and sorceries right now. So we'll just pick her up. And Blitz of the Thunder Raptor works off of instants and sorceries as well. I guess we'll take a Goblin Chain Whirler. No, we're not really going to play triple red. Maybe we'll just do an Omen. We'll either not play it, or if we get some fixing, maybe we will. Who knows? It does create some blockers. Yes, so the Crackling Drake did come around, so we like that. So we are pretty squarely in blue-red right now. Very nice start to our draft. Alright, so we did get a Glacial Fortress, so we'll take that just in case. Maybe we open it to Fairy or something when we want to be Jeskai. I actually don't know if the Time Raveler is in the cube. I know Hero of Dominaria is. Okay, so we have a Voracious Great Shark that counters creatures or artifacts. We have a Fibblethib. This is a historic, and we don't have very many of those. I think we'll just take this Phoenix for right now, because it is very hard to kill, and we do need some creatures, even if we're going mostly creatureless. And I'm hoping this Nadir Kraken comes around. If it doesn't, though, I think this Mind Stone is just good to have, because we have a lot of things we want to ramp into. Now we will take this Ugin. I'd be happy with the Shock coming around. I'd even take this Essence Scatter.
My presence alone will guide you towards victory.
And we could go less the mill route and more of the just instant and sorcery control route. If it turns out that's the way the draft is going. I still might keep the Patient Rebuilding, though, because it does draw S cards as well, which helps for our control strategy. But something like the Folio Fancies, if we're not actually going dedicated mill, I probably don't want to have that. So we have a Merfolk Secret Keeper, which goes with the mill plan. But this Tezzeret... See, these are artifact creatures, yeah. So actually, I might take this Tezzeret. Reconnaissance Mission... So the Weatherlight requires 3 to crew. It can grab our Planeswalkers. And then there's a Midnight Clock, which ramps. I think I'll take that. Yeah, I think we're going less the mill route and more into just the control route. So maybe I'll move this here. Maybe we don't even want Flood of Tears, because we already have some pretty good 6s. And if we're control... We probably want this Hypnotic Sprite. Now we can take the Brazen Borrower. So we have some removal, we have some... I guess we'll take a Fibblethib, it draws us into our early stuff. Although, now that I say that, all our Planeswalkers are legendary. Yeah, we'll take a Jorah. We'll branch out a little bit here. 1 mana of any color among legendary creatures and Planeswalkers. I mean, sure. Okay, so we do have this Essence Capture. So most of our creatures are 4 mana. Then we have a Dream Eater. Emery, Lurker of the Loch. This only works with artifacts, and we don't really... I guess we'll go with a Siren Storm Tamer. Pick up the Divination, Bond of Insight. And the Guild Globe. Oh, see, now we did pick up the Jace, which goes back to the mill plan here. Ulamog is not happening. I guess we'll just pick up Jace.
Don't worry. This is all just an illusion.
And we even got our Ashiok here. Alright, so maybe the mill plan is back on.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, so Guild Globe draws a card, that draws a card. I think here... we pick up a Spell Pierce. Sphinx of Foresight or Robber of the Rich. I feel like we are more in the market for this Sphinx of Foresight. Yeah, so our Planeswalkers pretty much make blockers. This is 30 cards, so we're going to have to trim it down a lot and figure out exactly what we're doing with this. Maybe we cut this. Body double. We don't really want any of this. Momentary blink. This is a creature we control. We didn't find any blue-red fixing, which is unfortunate. So we'll take this Exclusion Mage. Callous Dismissal. Actually, this Triumph is blue-red. Get some early blockers here. Okay.
My quest is not over until peace has blessed all.
Thief of Sanity, Golden Egg. I guess we'll just do the... We don't have any black fixing, otherwise Thief of Sanity would be nice. We'll just do the Golden Egg. It works with our Joyra. So maybe we're less instants and sorceries. Kindling Phoenix is still good. And this Karn's Temporal Sundering works with our Planeswalkers and stuff. Alright, so we need to cut 7 cards. This is double blue, I don't know. And we have a lot of card draw, so I feel like 16. Maybe for the sake of consistency. What if we just went mono blue, actually? Because these can both be cast with double blue. So if we get rid of the Phoenix and Joyra. And if we're getting rid of Joyra, we probably get rid of this Mox Amber. Oh, we cut the Golden Egg. We have 5 creatures, but 3 of our Planeswalkers can make creatures. And we could probably just go 16 lands and play this Golden Egg for extra card draw. How does that work out? And we have Dream Eater. The only problem with doing this is that the red is where our removal was. So... kind of like having this cycling card too, because if we were making a bunch of blockers, we could make something a 4/4 and block more effectively. Maybe it's fine like this. Alright, so for Bond of Insight, how many instances of sorceries do we have? This exiles. So we don't actually have that much. So maybe Bond of Insight isn't where we want to be. Because we do have Patient Rebuilding, Ashiok, Jace. And all these Planeswalkers work well with the Karn's Temporal Sundering. So maybe instead of that, we have Startling Development. Alright, so we are on Mono Blue Mill. And yeah, this is the deck we're going to try. And I will see you guys for the gameplay. Alright, we're here for game 1 with our Mono Blue Mill deck. Let's see how we do. And we're going first. I mean, we have a lot of expensive stuff, but we have Saheeli and an Opt. And we will take all these lands. Ooh. So they can hit anything in our hand right now. Yeah, I'd probably take the Saheeli too, because it's the only thing we can play right now.
Time to come up with a new plan.
Whoa, Ashiok, what is this? Alright, so they got a bunch of lands. Alright, so they got our own Ashiok. Oh, that was useful.
My device is finished, as are you.
They do need to stop exiling our cards, though. Actually, they did us a favor with all those lands. Because 6 is really all we need. Okay, so they might counter something. What do we want to do here? We'll get rid of that Ashiok. It's pretty annoying. If they want to copy Atris... Oh, that was actually a mistake. I needed to make a Thopter first. Oh well. Oh well.
ideal subordinate.
We really need our other mill cards. And we can exclusion mage that 3/3 next turn.
How dare you! I made you a gift.
And they don't really have a lot of creatures we care to take over, so we'll just take over this. Because then when it dies, we'll get our Saheeli back. And we do have our Jace somewhere in our deck, so as long as he doesn't get milled by them. We should be okay. So we might be winning this game through actually decking and having Jace on the field. Okay, Dungeon Geist, that's a little annoying, but it's fine.
A lucky shot. This will keep an eye on you.
We'll play our Sphinx. And yeah, we're just on stall stall plans right now. So right now we can block the Dungeon Guys with our Kitesail Freebooter and double block like this. Huh. So we don't actually...
You've never seen anything like this.
Actually, I did that wrong. I should have played these first and then drawn 3 cards with Tezzeret.
wasn't very inventive.
Alright, little Mind Stone. Yeah, we really want to draw our Jace. Because if we can just jam Jace, use our ability to have no cards in our library, then we can just win right on the spot. And they're gonna kill Saheeli, that's fine. As long as they aren't holding on to a counter spell.
I must accept defeat.
It's the only thing I'm worried about, because if Jace gets countered, we are probably gonna lose. Although we do have a Spell Pierce. So this goes up to 9. That's fine. Alright, we might as well. Alright, so we draw one card. Okay, there's Jace. So yeah, what we can do, you would draw a card. So as long as they don't have a counter, we win, because we can mill ourselves 2. And then draw a card for the win. Oh, yes. Yes. Spell Pierce. I knew they were holding on to some kind of counter.
You've already lost. You just don't know it yet.
Alright, and they concede. Nice. Mono blue mill, we ended up having to win by milling ourselves. I'll see you guys for game 2. Alright, game 2, we're up against Pepperonin. And I like this. I like it less. Oh, if they're not mono red, then I'm okay. We're okay. Alright, so we pretty much have to Exclusion Mage that Godzilla, which is really unfortunate. We needed another land, is what we needed. Okay, I can respect that. So they'll probably attack with the Godzilla. Alright, how much mana do we have here? 5. This is non-land permanent.
Don't test me. Fortunately, I won't have to remember this.
Alright, then we Midnight Clock, and then we Folio Fancies. Alright.
We are not monks in a secrets manifest before you.
So they have a pretty neat little historic deck there. But if Ugin... oh, excuse me. If Ugin and us live through this turn, we can actually Karn's Temporal Sundering. I think they meant to play something and then crew with that. And if they attack Ugin... Okay, yeah, they're just going face. Let's see if they have a counterspell. Oh, they do. Alright. We really needed that to resolve. Oh, maybe we do want Flood of Tears for this deck. Alright, yeah, enough with the aggressive good games, opponent. Alright, we are up against Toby, and I did end up putting in the Flood of Tears. I just took out the Startling Development cycle card. And we go first, which is nice. We can turn to Guild Globe, hopefully draw another land. And we're up against mono red, so... I'll probably Exclusion Mage first, so I have a blocker for Ashiok. So if we don't draw a land next turn, I think I'm going to Guild Globe and try and draw a land. Oh, that's annoying.
Make this look easy. Think this
So they can kill Jace this turn, but they have to use all their mana. And probably lose their Scorch Spitter.
got a fight on our hands.
Well, I mean, I will keep Jace around if they let me.
Well played. How you play the hand of death.
So yeah, we're really hoping for like a Flood of Tears or something. Chandra is not what we wanted.
Burn spells to try on you. They're so cute.
Yeah, aggressive decks, I don't know, it's just so hard to win against aggressive decks if you have a mill deck. Okay, how much mana do we have? So I think we need to Sphinx. And then we can play this to mitigate some damage. Don't get me wrong, we're still in a heap of trouble, but... Okay, so... And we only have 3 mana after that. Yeah. Oh well. We didn't draw our Flood of Tears. Alright, next game we're up against Blast. And we really need to face some... Yeah, we want to get rid of this Flood of Tears. We need to face some control decks. Like... my problem with drafting decks like this, I mean, it's a good deck, but everyone is aggressive. And there's just not enough time to... you know, get the mill cards going. If they're going to be drawing more cards, it's actually good for us because it mills them faster. And the more they go after Saheeli, the more life we save. Or they just kill it, okay.
Learn from this.
Not ideal, but it's fine. What we don't want to see is a Maelstrom Pulse or a Mythos of the black one that can destroy any non-land permanent. Because we want this to mill them, but we also need to draw cards. Alright, and they're drawing more cards with Arena, so they'll mill out pretty quickly, and this Folio Fancies gets a lot better. And we draw 2 cards. And we can hold up a Spell Pierce. And I kind of want to save Ugin for when we have 7 mana and can hold up Spell Pierce. Yeah, their deck is not going to last long. Because they have so many cards in hand where next turn I'm probably going to return their Lamia. Because they have to do this. It's not a May. And so they'll draw a card playing it again. They'll have to take out 1 card when they play it. And we will I want to wait till they draw their extra cards. And then they just mill a ton. Yeah, they have 3 cards left in their library. See, these are the decks we need to fight, not that aggressive red-white nonsense. Well, while they're taking a while, let's just look at their deck here. They had some nice enchantments. I understand why they're going the Enchantress route. And they may just use out their time, which is unfortunate when people do that, but can't really do much about it. Alright, and they concede, so a nice win for us against a non-aggressive deck. Exactly what we needed. See you guys next time. Alright, we are up against Justin Randall, DM22. Well, we don't have a lot of mill action here, but we do have some counter spells and whatnot. And because we have essence capture, I will flash this out so we can get that counter value.
Manipulation of the mind is a matter of gift.
Oh, they have their own Jace. Luckily, we milled it. They don't have anything. Okay, that's fine. Not really scared of a 2/2. Yeah, so if they play a non-creature spell, we have Spell Pierce, we have this Hypnotic Sprite.
No one likes a bully.
The counter spells are going to get more useless. Actually, yeah, I don't care. They can negate that. I have other things I'd rather them not negate.
This will come in handy.
This just makes him cost 1 more, right? Yeah. And we're on the mill plan, so we are just going to hold up this Spell Pierce. And that is exactly why we held up that Spell Pierce. I figured they had a Conqueror's Death. Let's draw first.
Let's try this.
I want to take an extra turn when I have...
My employer, silent, obedient perfection.
And I guess I'll just do this now since it'll cost too much on their next turn. That's funny.
How you play the hand of death.
A master builds with ease.
Yeah, and we're not going to win through damage, so we will just... They have 11 cards left. Their Jace is in their graveyard. Ooh, Teferi. That's interesting.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Not so fast.
I'm okay with that, actually. I don't care if Jace takes 2 damage. I'm going to kill that Teferi with my Thopter.
This one I will remember. Let's try this.
I learned a few tricks on Kaladesh.
Yeah, because then we're going to take an extra turn, and their deck is going to be decimated. Yeah, we'll tap this, because we can. Oh, it's return it to their hand. Ooh. Wow, I didn't even know what that card did. I thought it just tapped something. But a nice win for us. Nice to not run into another aggressive deck. So I'll see you guys for the next game. Alright, game 6 against Justeron 1984. And we'll keep this. We have some ramp, we have our patient rebuilding. I think I said we're going first, so... If they're aggressive, I probably won't Mind Stone. I'll just play this out instead. Yeah, because we can play these planeswalkers next turn, and I would like to have a blocker for these planeswalkers. Alright, so next turn we can Mind Stone into Ashiok and get 2 1/1 blockers. And then the turn after that we can Patient Rebuilding. Yeah, if they kill that, that is completely okay with me. Like I said, this is why Saheeli is important, because these 1/1s will hold them off for a long time. Especially if they aren't playing anything else.
Oh, I'll craft something
Alright,
special
so
for you.
we Mind Stone into Ashiok. Get rid of 4 cards and their graveyard.
Your final terror.
Hopefully we can start drawing more cards off this Patient Rebuilding, kind of refuel. This costs 2 and another creature. And it doesn't have trample, so I only need to block with 1. Whoa!
Need to eat
This has been a nightmare.
That was not cool. Okay, well now we need to draw some more stuff, because... It's weird that their sacrifice deck would be running a Storm's Wrath. And this can survive a Master Girl hit.
Are they your answer? Or mine? Always an answer.
And then we'll probably just steal it. Basically, yeah, the game is just stalling. That's all we're doing right now. When they're hitting our planeswalkers, they are not hitting us, and we have more time to mill them. They're probably holding on to some creature removal in their hand. Yeah, alright, so they're going after us now, which is completely fine. We still have a lot of life. Or we can just take that over. Hopefully they kill their own Masker Girl. Nope, okay. And we milled their Immortal Sun. Okay, yeah, this turn.
It's a matter of give and take.
We are going to take an extra turn. This deck is a lot of fun.
This will come in handy.
And now we just Exclusion Mage. We can counter their next play. They'll probably just replay their Rakdos. And they give up. Alright. Yeah, there's pretty over for them. So another win for us. It's very nice. I'll see you guys for the next game. Alright, I believe we're on game 7, and we're against Clucrative. And they go first. It's not ideal, but... we'll be guild globing into Midnight Clock. Actually, we'll be Mind Stoning into Jace, probably. So hopefully they are an aggressive, or not an aggressive, they're more of a control deck, because we can handle that. Alright, they probably have counter spells. I'm gonna Folio of Fancies first. Because if they're not gonna do anything, I mean, why run our Jace into a counter spell? That's fine, because now we can get Jace down safely. And start milling them. Actually, we can... Patient Rebuilding. Because next turn we can, assuming they deal with this, which they didn't, alright. We can Folio of Fancies into Jace. Actually, we don't even need to play Jace. We can just start milling them for a ton. Alright, so we got it to Fairy. That's nice. And we like that. So we can Callous Dismissal into Jace. Alright, and they concede. Very nice. Another win for us. I'll see you guys next time. Alright, game 8 against Baki. Let's see how far we can go with this mono blue mill. And we will go first. We have an opt. So we can see what they're up to and opt accordingly. And if they're blue, I do like just playing out the Folio of Fancies. And we can Saheeli now.
If it's a challenge you want, then a challenge you'll get.
Ooh, so they have a lot of flying, I see. I think they're deciding whether, yeah, they want to go face. Alright, so this is convert a mana cost to X. So we can only hit the Skycat Sovereign right now. If we draw another land, we can Callous Dismissal this Empyrean Eagle and then hold up a counter spell.
Stop!
Let's see. So this is a 2/1. That won't kill this. And then the turn after that, if we don't draw a land, we can play the Hypnotic Sprite, assuming they don't counter it. Alright, so they did counter it.
I'm sorry, but I must tend to my creations.
But now we can oh, that's a Lyra. Not anymore.
Recklessness and fear are the bathe in ghost fire.
I probably will be drawing some cards with this Folio of Fancies at some point. Because we do need more stuff. They're at 4 cards, and I actually don't know if mill is going to happen this time. We may have to try and just damage them out. I mean, if that's all they do, that's fine, because if they tap out to kill Ugin, they're leaving themselves open.
Too many unreliable variables.
And if they're going to kill something, we want them to kill that, because then if they do something to the clutches, then they don't get it back. And right now they are dead on board. And they concede, very nice. Alright, wow, this mono blue mill deck is quite nice. I'll see you guys next time. In final game 9, we are here against Brown Mamba. Can this mono blue deck go all the way? We're going first, so I'm going to keep this. I wish this was an instant. Be much better. And we can only hope there's some kind of control that can't deal with what we got going on here.
Nightmare. I leave you with one
Alright, so they do Hanged Executioner. I think we just want a Midnight Clock and then bounce their Spirit Token. Alright, we milled some very nice stuff that we did not want them to have. Next turn we can Jace and Opt. Aurelia is a problem. Or we just patient rebuilding and hold up Opt. We're basically digging for a Flood of Tears at this point because they're going to start playing more stuff and we don't have any way to deal with it. I would also take an Ugin. Oh, they Banishing Light. That sucks. Take the... Oh, I was hoping they would take the clock. Alright, so we are at 5 on our clock count. Let's see if they sacrifice their Hanged Executioner. Okay, that's not great, but we'll deal with it. If we get another mana, we can both Exclusion Mage and Jace. I think we're going to try and draw into.
I'm always a step ahead.
Okay, we will be Brazen Borrowing, though. Force them to replay it. Yeah, the name of the game is stalling. Well, it's nice they use their mana for that. Alright, so this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh. So yeah, now we're gonna bounce the Realm Cloak Giant. And we can Essence Capture. Then we'll take an extra turn. We actively want to draw a lot of cards. No Aurelia for you. Alright, so 10. They have 10 cards left in their library. And we have 8 mana, so we're going to play this, and we're going to take an extra turn. And we're going to return this Banishing Light. I think we're doing it, people. Oh, they got the Flood of Tears too. Yeah, I don't think they can win. They have 5 cards left in their library. Alright, so what are they going to do next turn? They're going to Banishing Light this, probably. Sorry, my cat got up here. So now we have Spell Pierce and Essence Capture up. And we can still play this Brazen Borrower to block this creature. We're going to Essence Capture that, because I don't want them giving this protection. Because we need to block it with the Brazen Borrower to win. Alright, let's see what they target. I'm assuming the Patient Rebuilding, but... Actually, that is completely fine. We still have a blocker. Let's opt first, just in case. They're going to attack. We're going to flash in and block. And if they try to kill this, we also have Spell Pierce. So I think we are... This doesn't give trample. Ah! That sucks. But we still win because they only have 4 cards left and they can't deal 6 damage. Alright, so we did it, everyone. 7 wins with this mono blue mill deck. Honestly, when we lost those first 2 games at the very beginning, I was kind of skeptical, but this deck was pretty awesome. And we got 6,000 gold for our efforts, and 40 gems, because I have a lot of cards, apparently. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck as much as I did. Stay tuned for the next one. Consider liking and subscribing to see more videos, and I will see you guys for the next draft.